Usyk in December and beat him. I'll reign all the belts that I should never have lost, and then I'll fight the dude.
Tyson Fury has never been one to hold back, and as the heavyweight division braces for one of its most anticipated trilogies, the self-proclaimed Gypsy King returns with fiery declarations and bold threats. Fury promises to destroy Oleksandr Usyk and reclaim his throne, vowing revenge and redemption. According to him, this isn't just about titles. It's about rewriting
Fucking rabbit, and I'm going to take all my belts back once again. Guarantee you.
Minus the IBF.
Yeah, I'll get that back as well after. When I fight Usyk in December and beat him, I'll reign all the belts that I should never have lost, and then I'll fight the Dubois and take that off him as well.
That's your plan.
history, erasing the sting of back-to-back defeats and restoring his name to heavyweight greatness. But beneath the bravado lies something different: desperation. Usyk has already exposed Fury's flaws, dismantling him twice with surgical precision. The aura of the unbeatable giant has faded.
Give me a screwdriver.
Yeah, be a bit careful.
Cameraman got everything.
Where's my money?
And Fury now stands on uncertain ground. His wild promises sound less like a confident champion and more like the frantic declarations of a man clinging to fading glory. This third fight doesn't feel like a revival, it feels like a reckoning. Meanwhile, Oleksandr Usyk remains as composed and calculated as ever. No boasts, no theatrics, just a cold...
And he's wanting to come out of retirement. What would you say to him? Do you think he should box on Tyson Fury?
If Tyson Fury back in career, maybe we organization one more fight.
You want would you have a trilogy with us?
No problem.
No problem.
I ready.
Would you have that at Wembley Stadium as well?
Wembley. Do you have more?
We have Manchester. You can maybe go Manchester, Red, Old Trafford.
Bold, focused determination. When asked about Fury's return, Usyk didn't flinch. He welcomed the challenge with chilling calm, ready to step into Fury's home turf, be it Wembley, Manchester or Old Trafford, to finish what he started. While Fury flirts with retirement and thrives on media antics, Usyk stays locked in. He's not interested in headlines, he's after legacy.
Expecting it, I didn't know he had that in him. I haven't seen that in him. I didn't see that in him against Usyk. I haven't seen that in him before, so he's something switched. And
Gypsy King may be talking loud, but Usyk's silence speaks volumes. For him, this trilogy isn't about revenge, it's about closure. There will be no mercy this time. For Oleksandr Usyk, the looming third clash with Tyson Fury isn't about venues or promotional hype. It's about legacy, closure, and burying Fury's reign for good. While the drama around their trilogy...
I kind of figured that one out. But at the end of the day, the whole turning point was after the fifth. It was the sixth round. He did what winners do. He said, I'm not... A winner never lets you get momentum, does he? No.
Continues to simmer. Usyk hasn't been idle. He's kept himself sharp by dismantling every challenger in his path, with his focus currently locked on Daniel Dubois. When asked about the Dubois fight, Usyk didn't flinch. Whether it's a clean contest or a dirty brawl, Usyk promised he's ready for anything. There's no theatrical build-up, no mind games, just cold, surgical intent. And when pressed on what comes after Dubois, Usyk dropped a quiet but ominous hint: Tyson Fury. Despite Fury's repeated retirement claims, Usyk isn't buying it. With a smirk, he brushed off the Gypsy King's dramatic exits, dismissing them as nothing.
I didn't take it out of the judge's hands, so I had left it to someone's opinion, and it went against me. So, am I going to cry about spilt milk? No. Have I cried about it at all? No. Because
More than noise. Blah blah blah, Usyk quipped, suggesting that Fury's heart still burns for the ring, no matter what the headlines say. Usyk respects Fury's toughness, but that respect is laced with a chilling warning. He's coming, and this time there will be no room for excuses. Meanwhile, Chris Eubank Jr. stirred the pot with a backhanded shot at Usyk during an interview. While praising Daniel Dubois for a savage and dominant recent performance, Eubank...
It's Daniel.
And you have no doubt that you're going to beat him?
I think I win, yeah.
...that stepped into the ring with Usyk. According to Eubank, Usyk didn't just outbox Dubois, he exposed and neutralized him, stripping him of confidence and turning a dangerous knockout artist into a confused, hesitant shell of himself. The message was clear. Usyk doesn't just win, he breaks opponents mentally and physically. Boxing analyst Teddy Atlas added to the chorus, offering a powerful assessment of Usyk's place in the sport. According to Atlas, Usyk isn't just another elite fighter, he's a generational force who could dominate in any era. Technically brilliant, mentally unshakable and physically gifted, Usyk doesn't rely on one attribute like size or power. Instead,
he doesn't rely on
balanced.
one.
And that's why he's talking the way that he's talking right now. He's a different proposition to the one that was boxing Oleksandr Usyk a couple of years ago. And he goes, not just physically, not just mentally, he totally believes in himself now.
Strength.
Capable of solving problems in real time. That, Atlas said, is the difference between hype and greatness. Fighters like Usyk don't just flash, they endure. After months of silence, Fury finally addressed the reality of losing twice to Usyk. But in true Fury fashion, there was no remorse. He admitted he failed, but said he's ready to reclaim his crown. Daniel Dubois is a machine, Tyson Fury declared, backing the British heavyweight with conviction. If you were fighting anyone other than Oleksandr Usyk, I'd back him to win with his own hands. Yet Fury knows all too well how that story ends. Twice he stepped into the ring with Usyk, and twice he left defeated. Both times, he claims, he left too much in the judge.
Like I say, Daniel Dubois is a machine, and I'd back Daniel Dubois. If he was fighting anybody else other than Oleksandr Usyk, I'd back him to
judge's hands, only to watch the outcome slip through his fingers. But instead of showing regret, Fury brushed the heartbreak aside like a blemish in his otherwise chaotic career. I'm not crying over spilled milk, he shrugged. Still, behind the bravado, fans could feel the weight of those losses. Fury, once the undisputed king of the heavyweight division, had been outthought, outboxed, and dethroned by Usyk, the masterful Ukrainian technician. No spin or tough talk can rewrite what's already carved into boxing history. Fury didn't just lose, he was exposed. His conditioning, ring discipline, and mental composure all dismantled by Usyk's icy brilliance.
A chance for Daniel Dubois to go down in British sporting folklore and to go and do the business, reverse that.
George Fox doesn't hold back.
Right now, the crown doesn't sit with Fury, it rests on Usyk's head, and deep down, Fury knows it. Boxing analyst Spencer Oliver echoed this truth with chilling precision. He acknowledged that Daniel Dubois poses a far more dangerous threat today than ever before. Dubois' transformation, according to Oliver, isn't just physical, it's psychological. Gone is the hesitant, shell-shocked fighter who once stood before Usyk. In his place stands a man with renewed belief and venom in every punch. Oliver pointed to Dubois' purpose and pressure as evidence that this isn't the same man who crumbled before Usyk.
Longs on the big stage, and that's a
Daniel's a heavy puncher, and both hands carries dynamite. It's just going to be a case of picking his moments, believing in his work, and there are 3 or 4 fundamental things that he must do, and if he does them, he'll have success.
The first time. But where Oliver saw danger, others urged caution. Veteran commentator Adam Smith pushed back on the hype surrounding Dubois, reminding fans that confidence alone can't topple a master. You can be mentally recharged, Smith said, but when you're standing across from a fighter like Usyk, who dominance and relentless drive, he believes Dubois could dismantle almost any heavyweight in the world, except one. That exception is Oleksandr Usyk. Mackenzie's tone shifted dramatically when discussing the Ukrainian champion. Usyk isn't just a great boxer, he said.
Give Dubois a shot in that fight. It's a good time. I mean, a little bit of inactivity because of the fight falling through against Joseph Parker, but, it's exciting. And I think...
He's an anomaly. Usyk doesn't conquer opponents with brute strength. He does it with genius. Dubois may be a juggernaut, but he's still mastering the deeper art of warfare. And when raw aggression meets cold, calculated precision, the outcome is rarely kind to the brawler. Mackenzie wants to believe in Dubois' redemption arc, but even he admits that Usyk is a Rubik's Cube that even the strongest machines often fail to solve. When logic meets fire, it's usually the mind that prevails, and Usyk is the mind behind the chaos. Promoter Frank Warren is doing everything he can to rally support for Dubois, painting July 19th as more than...
That exception, of course, is...
He's a beast, he's a good fighter, he's a hard fighter to beat. And I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he
Just another heavyweight fight. To Warren, it's a night of redemption, legacy and history. He believes Dubois has a chance to flip the script Usyk wrote and etch his name alongside Britain's greats. But the emotional build-up carries an almost unbearable burden. The scars from their first encounter still linger, and Usyk hasn't faded. He's only sharpened, more dangerous, more focused, more ruthless. And now, the burning question looms. Can Dubois survive the storm and conquer the mind that has already dismantled him once? The real question no one can answer is whether Daniel Dubois has grown enough, mentally and physically, to overcome not just a world champion, but a generational genius like Oleksandr Usyk. Fox Sports analyst Richie Woodall added his perspective, calling Dubois a wrecking machine with fists that can end fights in seconds. He praised Dubois' raw knockout power, describing it as his deadliest weapon, one that can flip a bout on its head in an instant. But Woodall went deeper than just brute strength. He emphasized that for Dubois to beat a fighter like Usyk, raw power won't be enough. Timing, discipline, and controlled aggression must come into play. Without those elements, Woodall warned, Dubois' greatest strength could quickly become wasted potential. The heavyweight division is ruthless. Dubois may have the fire, but only calculated destruction can bring dominance. If he gets it right, he could shake the division. If he falters, the fall will be swift and unforgiving. Promoter Eddie Hearn tried to inject optimism, offering Dubois a glimmer of hope, yet to many his comments felt more like a subtle hedge than true belief. The harsh reality is that Dubois is walking into a storm he may not survive. A crushing loss to Joe Parker, followed by inactivity, has left him without rhythm or momentum. Meanwhile, Usyk remains a merciless technician, sharp, relentless, and operating in top form. No rust, no hesitation, just cold precision. Even Amir Khan, attempting to stay respectful, acknowledged the truth. Usyk isn't just ahead, he said. He's in a different universe. Still, Khan did throw his support behind Dubois, calling him a beast reborn with serious potential. He believes Dubois has matured since their first fight and may have the tool to drag Usyk into deep waters. But he also admitted that power alone won't win this. Usyk is no stationary target. He's a chess master surrounded by brawlers. Heavyweight prospect Moses Itoma delivered a final sobering reminder. Dubois is up against someone who doesn't make mistakes. Usyk dissects opponents with surgical precision. His intelligence, rhythm, and timing exist on a level most fighters simply can't reach. Dubois may bring danger, but against a master of movement like Usyk, raw aggression could lead him directly into a trap. As July 19th draws near, Daniel Dubois stands at a pivotal crossroads, caught between two giants of the heavyweight division, Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury. If Dubois manages to conquer Usyk, it won't just be a story of redemption. It'll send shockwaves through the entire heavyweight landscape. Usyk, the tactical genius who dismantled Anthony Joshua and previously neutralized Dubois, remains the mountain every contender fears to climb. Yet Dubois is daring to scale it once more. Meanwhile, Tyson Fury lurks in the shadows, wounded and restless, desperate for revenge after Usyk stripped him of his unbeaten mystique. The burning question now, can Dubois not only avenge his own loss, but also shatter the current heavyweight hierarchy? If he does, he sets the stage for a monumental showdown with Fury. But if history repeats, Usyk will simply claim another victim. So now it's over to you, fight fans. Who emerges from the chaos? Who writes the next chapter of heavyweight history? Drop your predictions in the comments below.